This is Lady, and welcome to Lady is All Book. As promised, my channel is going to be full of everything bookish. I said it in my introductory video that there's this myth in this country that Ghanaians don't like reading, which is so not true. I've met a lot of Ghanaians who actually do like reading, but it's either they've not found the perfect book or they've not found the perfect genre, or it's one reason or the other. So today I come your way with simple tips and tricks to help you kickstart your reading. Yeah, so during my research, I realized one common thing among successful people, be it in academics, be it in finance, no matter the industry, the one thing they have in common is reading. Reading, they like to read. They like to read. That's the one common thing you find. So reading is so important. Why should you read in the first place? Oh, lady, you've been talking about reading. Why bother reading? Why should I read? I'm here to tell you why you should read. It helps keeps your brain busy. And it's true. The more you read, the more vocabularies you come across, the more exciting topics you come across. And reading actually helps your brain get busy. It said in the Bible that the devil finds work for the idle hand. So imagine the idle brain. I don't want to imagine. Reading is a stress reliever. Studies actually show that reading at least 30 minutes a day helps reduce your stress level significantly. And I can attest to this, it's very true. Just 30 minutes of reading a day can reduce your stress level. And in this world we find ourselves in, there's so much stress. So reading is one of the ways it can help relieve our stress. So that's one other importance of reading. Another importance of reading that cannot be overlooked, it boosts your creative side. No matter the industry you find yourself in, reading helps you become more creative because you come across different things in different books, whether it be romance books, whether it be fictional books. You find yourself thinking beyond what you are normally used to. Yes, so that's what the other importance of reading. Also, reading helps you better communicate well. I've met a lot of people in this country who say they've met people who cannot keep a conversation for 10 minutes. They can't keep a conversation going for 10 minutes. And I'm surprised because anyone who knows me knows when I start talking, you have to actually force me to stop. Yeah, so reading helps you communicate. It gives you that confidence you need, irrespective of the kind of people, the kind of people you find yourself in. Reading helps you to communicate well because it expands your vocabulary. You know, there are some words you do know, but you've never used them in your sentences or in any conversation before. You know the words, it's not that you do not know them, but you've never formed sentences with them. And this is so true. Let me use myself as an example. Whenever I'm annoyed, I normally say, oh, I'm pissed off. This person got me pissed. I'm mad. That's correct. Yeah, it actually shows that I'm pissed off truly. Until I came across the word peeved, which actually also means I'm pissed, but like that's on a different dimension. So I remember the first time I used that, I was talking with a bunch of people who were not my age mates, and I was like, yeah, this topic gets me peeved. One of them just looked at me and was like, you know that word? I'm like, yeah, I do. And he didn't say it, but I could tell he was really impressed. So that's one of the benefits of reading. You get to better your communication skills. You get to know a lot more vocabulary. You get to know how to use them in sentences, and actually when you use them, People look at you differently. So those are some of the benefits of reading. So if you were thinking, why is Lady bothering us with reading? Yes, those are the benefits of reading. So let's get into the tips and tricks to kickstart your reading. Let's go. Reading is simple. I always say reading is simple, reading is relaxing, but reading is a habit. And like any other habit, it has to be developed intentionally. You have to be really intentional about it. You have to treat reading as an assignment, like a homework. So, and also the next thing I need you to know is that reading takes patience. You need to be very patient to be a good reader, because it doesn't take as much patience to watch a movie, a series, or maybe play a video game. No, but reading really takes patience for you to get into the whole book and the whole thing you're reading about. So, the first tip I need to give you is, if you want to be an avid reader, have patience. And like any other habit, it needs to be developed. Develop it. Make it intentional. I want to read. I want to read. So, the first step I'm going to give you is schedule your time for reading. What do I mean by schedule your time for reading? Like I said, treat it like a homework. Okay, I'm going to read 30 minutes every day before bed. I'm going to read 30 minutes every day before I step out of my house. During my lunch break, I'm going to read 30 minutes. That's what I mean by schedule your reading time. Once you treat it as something on your schedule, once you treat it as something on your to-do list, trust me, you do it. But when you don't treat it as it's just easy to just brush it aside. Oh, I'll start tomorrow. Oh, let me start tomorrow. Let me start tomorrow. By the time you realize, tomorrow never came for you. Pick a location. Yes, location is very important to reading. The only hard and fast rule with the location is, no matter the location you choose, there has to be good lighting, because you need good lighting to actually read. So pick a good location. Some say, I feel comfortable reading on my bed. I feel comfortable reading on my couch. I feel comfortable reading at my desk. Funny, some people feel comfortable sitting on the floor to read. Whichever one works for you, as long as you are comfortable, because the more comfortable you are, the more into the book or whatever you're reading that you will be. So pick a location that works best for you. The next tip I'm going to give you is set reasonable goals. Yes, set reasonable goals. Because let's say you're someone who has never read before, and after watching this episode, you said, Lady says we should start reading, so you go for this 800-page book. Seriously, trust me, you won't even get through chapter 1. Start at your own pace. Set a goal you can easily accomplish. If you are a new reader, start with short stories. Short stories, let's say 10-page books, 15 pages books, those fast-paced kind of reading. Yes, start there. Maybe you start from 10 pages, 20 pages, 30 pages, 50 pages, 100 pages. Soon you'll be reading 200-page book. Then you keep advancing. So please set realistic goals to read. The next tip I'm going to give you is choose the right book. Yes, choosing the right book is very, very, very important, because I can't see myself reading something I do not enjoy. Choosing the right book is about what do you enjoy. Are you into automobiles? Are you into romance? Are you into fiction? Are you into literature? Whatever you feel comfortable doing, trust me, you will feel comfortable reading about it. So pick the right book. Pick a genre that you love. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a hopeless romantic, so most of the books I read are romance novels. So imagine someone giving me, I've read other genres, don't get me wrong, but if I have to choose between a romance book and maybe let's say a book about cars, the choice is very simple. I just choose the romance book because that's the book I'll likely finish. So choose the right book. Choose a book you know you would enjoy. Reading is meant to be enjoyed. Choose a book you know I'm going to enjoy reading this book. Then you start from there. The next thing I'm going to give you is choose the mode of reading that works for you. In the I mean, there are some people who prefer reading paperbacks, as in hard copy books. There are those people. There are people who prefer reading online ebooks. And also there are people who prefer audiobooks. So know which one works for you. Whether you prefer paperbacks, hard copies of books, that's what I mean, or you prefer ebooks, you prefer to buy the books online, whether in PDF form or EPUB form, or you prefer audiobooks. Just whichever one works for you, as long as it will keep you reading. That's good. So, from the very beginning, pick a mode of reading that works for you. I normally read from my ebooks because as of now I'm not really a paperback person, and I feel like it's easier to just buy the book online, whether in EPUB form or PDF form. So when it comes to me at this point in my life, my mode of reading is online. I read ebooks, and there is nothing wrong with it. Someone too might prefer, I like the smell of a fresh book, a paperback. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as it works for you, go for it. So I hope these tips and tricks will help kickstart your reading activity. And also, this goes out to the parents out there. I normally give motivation after my episodes, but today I'm just going to give a word of advice to parents out there. I'm not a parent yet, but I'm using my experiences, so bear with me. Get your kids reading at an earlier age. The earlier they start reading, the better, because something you started doing when you were young, it's not likely that you're going to stop. I'm going to use myself as an example. I was sharing this story a few days ago with some of my friends. Growing up, in my JHS, junior high, and my senior high days, my mom used to do something that got me so beat at that time, but it helped me. During our vacations, we are all home. Vacations are meant to relax, let's just have fun, visit friends. No, my vacations were not like that. My vacations were a typical day. My mom goes to work and she goes with us. So we virtually wake up the same time we go to school anyway. So we wake up, get dressed, and she takes us to the library, a public library. And before we even get there, she had already made arrangements with the librarian there, so they already know what's up, they're coming. And the agenda is simple. We get to go and read books, and the librarian is supposed to keep an eye on us. When it's lunchtime, she comes for us, takes us to lunch. After lunch, she drops us back to the library to continue. And then when she closes, then we all go home. That's how I spent most of my vacations. I know, not glamorous at all. You'd say, oh, but when you're at the library, you can do whatever you want, you can choose to sleep. That's the catch. Whenever you get home, you need to give at least 3 summaries of 3 books you read. So, whilst in the library, even if she's not there, she's got eyes on you. And at that time, I think my brother and myself, we thought she was being too much. But I realized no, she was actually teaching me something. Now I can just pick up a book and read. I don't need anyone to force me. It becomes a part of me. So, parents out there, this is just an experience I'm sharing with you. Help cultivate the habit of reading in your children as early as possible. You might not use the extreme measures my mom used, but it worked. But whichever one works for you, just do it. I just want to see Ghanaians reading. I don't want to ever hear that myth again that Ghanaians do not love reading. Yes. So until I come your way again with another exciting video, this has been Lady is All Booked. Please don't forget to subscribe to Lady is All Booked. Don't forget to follow me on my social media handles, Facebook at Lady Ampao, Instagram at Mami Ampao. And my lovely African top was made by the Nina Diamond Collection. You can check her out on Instagram, and her page on Facebook is the Nina Diamond Fashion House. Trust me, she's the ish. Good advice. Thank you.